Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of 10 Minute Tuesday. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. In today's episode, I got my guy GB in the building. GB, what's going on, brother?
I'm good. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good, man. We appreciate you taking some time out. You know how busy you are, so appreciate you being on the podcast today. So we've done a number of these, man. GB, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, so I'm Gbóláhàn Adébáyò, but you could always call me GB. Every time I get asked to pronounce my name, I'm just like GB works. I'm a senior data analyst at Sanlam Fintech. I am also a Tableau Visionary. Try to be as active as I can in the community, and I also co-lead Lagos Tableau User Group, which we try to make a lot of noise on social media just in case with friends here over here in Lagos, Nigeria. I live in Lagos, Nigeria at the moment, and yeah, I for fun, I would say I love Manchester City a lot. I support like Manchester City. Try to watch football as much as I can. I love going to the gym. I mean Thailand and stuff for sure. So, yeah. That's some things about me.
Love it, love it. So GB, you're doing a number of things: Tableau Visionary, running user groups, data consultant, analyst, just a number of different things. But you had to get your start at a certain point. So what really compels you to get into data to even begin with?
Yeah, it's funny because I think I got into data from a game. It's quite funny. I used to love playing Football Manager. It's a very popular simulation game. And then there was this version that the data hub was introduced, and that really caught my attention. It's like I could see the stats of my opponents. I mean, in this time the game, right? Like stats of my opponents, like where they've been playing, and some very important things. So that was like very, very interesting. And then I studied computer science in school, like in the uni. And so that basically piqued my interest. And then I tried to research what this meant and then what those graphs meant, those radar charts that like are very used in sports. So that was quite interesting. And then I tried to research into it and there from there I just picked it up and yeah, we are today.
Love it, love it. So got into it from the game, but then pick it up and you're making a living off of it. So things are doing great.
Mhm.
So before you got into data, I'm sure there was a job that you had that you didn't like at all. So thinking about that, what's been your least favorite job that you ever had? And it could be like I worked in construction one summer and I will never do that again or anything of that nature. So, what's been your least favorite jobs you ever had?
Yeah, so funny, it was after I got into data because there was this startup I was working at and they folded up. And during that period of looking for a new job, the CEO of the startup reached out to me and asked if I could do some sales support work for a bit, like while I kept looking for like my what I really wanted to do by the side. So I had this job where I had to call like clients and call like operations and trying to link people up and ask for because we used to sell like airplane parts online, right? And then try to reach out to FedEx, try to reach out to like different people, finding out where the parts are or like how to solve clients' issues. And I hated it so much because I just felt like this is not my thing at all. Yeah, so that was it. I had to do like a customer success or sales rep thingy, and then I felt no, I don't think I would make a living if I keep on doing this. So I had to leave.
Those sales jobs are hard. Like people don't
Yeah,
understand what it is
yeah.
because were you cold calling like they didn't know you were going to call them, so you had to like blindly call them?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, so
Yeah.
sometimes I could call, I had to like do some cold calling, and then sometimes I had to like reach out to this distribution agents to find out why bot part had not been delivered yet, and then try to resolve or escalate some of these issues. And then honestly, I just every time I had to resume, I would almost dread it basically, and then I would spend the rest of the day just sighing heavily and then wishing like, why can't I just use my time to do something else? So yeah, it's just quite tough. I'm like,
Yeah, I've had a job. I My first job was on the help desk, doing tech support. So it was one of those things. It's just like when
mm,
you're off the clock, don't call me. Don't even text me.
yeah,
I don't want to speak to anybody. I've been talking for like
yeah,
8 or 9 hours.
yeah,
Leave me alone. Like, don't bother
yeah,
me.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So thinking about your career, so there's a philosophy I live by. where it's called failing forward. So you don't really fail. Everything you go through is just a lesson to get you to the next path. So with that in mind, what would you consider your biggest failure in your career, and why did you think that was a failure?
Yeah, because there was a stage like during the process of getting better, of trying to improve myself actually as a data visualization or business intelligence analyst. I mean, you would try as much as possible to put out stuff on your public profile, right? So there was a part like period of that phase where I was really trying to improve my design and trying to improve how technical I could be in Tableau writing calculations. And then I was working with a client around that time. And in the projects I was supposed to do, I really focused so much on making the dashboard beautiful and then making it so technical and then, building like this insane charts and using, map layers. You can imagine how really I wanted to show my expertise. And then we had the call with the stakeholder because I was working with the consulting guy, and then we had the call with the client to show off what I'd done, and then there was just this complaint about how hard it was to really understand what I did. They were like, it really makes sense. Like I'd love to see this, but then looking at it, I can't really understand how to use it, and then it came off not so good because I thought I was putting in, this amount of effort when I could have just built something much more simpler and then it would have been accepted. So at the end of the day, the gig had to end like very, very quickly because it felt like I couldn't deliver exactly what was needed. And so I would consider that as like, that scenario of like failing in that way because I really prioritized technical elegance over, usability. So yeah.
Yeah, man, I have to the T the exact same story from my end. Oh my goodness. I built something for an executive. I was working at a startup at the time, built something for the CFO, no, COO at the time.
Yeah.
And I just gave all this robust drill down, detail,
Mhm.
KPI indicators, just all this
Yeah.
granular. Went to the meeting and it was just crickets in the room. Like it just did not hit the mark. And I'll never forget that
Yeah.
feeling of like, man, I put so much time
Mm.
into it. I thought they would love it.
Yeah,
Like, what's going
exactly.
on?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
totally get it. I get it. All right. So with that in mind, my target audience for the podcast are people who are starting out in data, or they're trying to pivot into data, or somehow they found this on their algorithm feed. And like, what is 10 Minute Tuesday? There's two nice looking black men on here. I'm gonna watch this podcast. So with that in mind, what is one piece of advice you give someone who's just starting out in their career?
So one thing I would say is community. Coming from Lagos, Nigeria, when I started out, it's slightly different here from when you're at more like in more advanced countries like in the US or in the UK and Europe because there is a strong community out there already. So starting out, there was this search for who around me was doing what I was doing, and then I was lucky to meet Idris, which was still a great friend. And then I'm quite sure if I wasn't able to create that connection, it would have been really hard for me to understand because at that point, every time I went to Tableau Public, I usually see amazing works, but it was really hard to find someone close to me that I felt like was succeeding doing the same thing I was doing or was trying to get into. So I would say community is like one huge thing that if you're starting out, you should really look into because it's very motivating if you look around you and then you see people who are already doing what you're trying to do and are doing well at it because it means like if you can do it, then I can obviously do it, right? Aside from the YouTube tutorials or the YouTube channels or whatever courses, being able to look around and have people do great at what you're trying to get into is the biggest motivating factor. So community, try to look at if there are people around you that are doing the same thing, or there's a group like Tableau User Group like that we have, or anything basically that could be a helping hand, or like anyone that's around you that like looks to be doing great. It's good to just keep you motivated and inspired.
Yeah, love it. Great advice. It's definitely like the people that are doing it are just like-minded people. You just get more
Hmm.
energy when you're around people who
Yeah,
are doing great things. So that's
yeah,
awesome. IGB,
yeah.
who are the most influential people in your life, and how have they made an impact on you?
Like I said, I'm one person is Idris, like especially starting out, because I was I was always scrolling on Tableau Public, and his name was the first name that I saw that was living in a state in Nigeria, and I was really surprised. Someone here is doing this good, so it was like the first time I felt okay, fine, I could stay and try to like do great, and then from there, meeting with several people in the community has been amazing. From yourself to Chimdi to the twins, and in fact, at the last Data Farm Europe, that's where I really understood how much love and like inspiration I've gotten over the last few years, especially when you get to put names behind and put faces behind all these names. So if I should start listing, I'll probably not leave this meeting today, but the entire Tableau community as a whole has been immense. And then this community we're building right here in Lagos, in Nigeria as well, has also been a huge source of inspiration because you get to see how people are excited to put or give back into the community, and that also inspires you. So yeah, the community, Tableau community as a whole, the local Lagos Tableau user group as a whole, and then everybody out there that is doing something amazing. I definitely draw inspiration from them.
Awesome, awesome. Well, like I said before we started recording, and GB, you are crushing it. You're killing it. What you're building is not easy. People don't understand how hard it is. Keep doing great stuff, man. Y'all are doing great stuff out there. Give me an excuse to fly out to Lagos, man. Invite me out to the city, man. I'll come pull up.
Yeah,
come
that's to December.
Yeah, love it. And yeah, this was great, man. Thanks for being on. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much. I've always watched this and was like, one day I have to be here. So it's great that I am here finally.
Oh man, you're crushing it, man. You're killing it. You're killing it.
Yeah.
All right. And then as I said at the beginning, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.